Hey guys, I hope you guys had a wonderful day and are making some really good trades. Oh, I got GME on my chart here, but I'm actually going to be covering the indices. I'm going to do a GME video tonight, a separate one. And right now, still very choppy. SPY not doing much, kind of like a sideways to down day today. And the same thing for the Qs. The Qs were down, then back up, and then back down at the end of the day, back up a little bit in the after hours, but again, very choppy. I'm still holding my short position here. Again, let's see if we're gonna get a bigger pullback. We don't really have divergence here. A little bit on the 4 hour, and the 45-minute kind of peaked up here as well. So you could definitely pull back and you may get a viable dip, but will this dip hold? Like, will this level hold? It remains to be seen. And at the moment, it's quite risky to be getting long. Again, I'm probably gonna open a hedge if we do end up bouncing, but we're gonna show you guys some warning signs of what I think the market is telling us here in the short term. Let me turn off this dimming effect for easier on my eyes in the evening. So when we take a look at Market Cipher here, I'll just dive in right away to Market Cipher to show you guys some signs of certain stocks that are pointing to reversals, right? Which are also in some of my sell areas, and Tesla is one that I have a short on, and we're up in this position because we hit our short area and then decided to pull the trigger on it. Now Tesla is pointing with a red dot here on the daily time frame. Very tight momentum wave towards the downside. You're already in the downtrend, so this would be a counter trend rally. Now it should fail and it could potentially go lower, right? So this is not good. This is a stock that's showing you that we may get some downside in tech. But Tesla is not the entire Nasdaq, so let's take a look at some broader ones, right? Let's take a look at the XOXL, the Direction Daily Semiconductor Bull 3 times leverage ETF. Look at this one. You have big reduction in green money flow, and the daily time frame is now pointing with a red dot towards the downside. Like, damn, like this, if this ends up playing out, you're going to get another 50% move towards the downside. Again, it's a lot, but this is a 3x leverage ETF, so this thing can move very quickly down. And if this ends up playing out, then you got a huge amount of downside coming in the XOXL. And if XOXL does this, then you're going to get a really big pullback in the Qs as well. And the Qs, I get on the Qs, and you got the similar signal going on. Again, it's not everything is going to work out 100%, but you got a red dot confirmation on the daily. Now you need to remember, the monthly is bearish right now. The weekly is bullish, so you got conflicting signals. You got the monthly that's bearish, the weekly that's bullish, the daily that's bearish, and then you get on the 4 hour. 4 hours bearish on the Qs. So no green money flow, all red. I actually want to take a look at the SMH as well. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as the XOXL. You got red money flow right now. And similar situation, momentum wave curling. So it's basically the same thing as the XOXL. Let's take a look at NVDA. The highly awaited earnings. Earnings are coming soon this Wednesday, so a lot of people are loading up on calls for NVIDIA. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if it moons, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it dumped on like a little bit of bad news, because let's face it, the semiconductor space hasn't been too hot right now. And we take a look at AMD, and AMD had this big waterfall sell-off, and I showed you guys this in advance on this chart. We were short. You could have actually. I did not short this here, although this would have been an amazing short. I'm actually shorting for this C leg here, and I'm looking for another leg down in an AMD. It could happen, and we're up on this position as well, as AMD got a bit of a down day today, down 3%, and this could actually end up being a really nice trade if it ends up playing out. You already got the signal on the daily time frame. You got red dot confirmation, red money flow, 4 hour time frame. You got red money flow coming down. So it begs the question, like, will we play out the more bullish scenario play out, or will this uber bearish scenario play out, or is a dip buy opportunity going to come for even more upside, right? So you could actually make 5 waves up here, and then pull back and do another 1-2 setup and go higher again. So there's lots of possibilities right now that you could try to map out. But at the moment, I'm just sitting mostly in cash. I have some trades going on, some bullish, some bearish. Mostly though, I would recommend like long the bonds, really, because interest rates are most likely going to go down, especially after the dovish Fed and Jerome Powell kind of pivoting and all that stuff. Um, let's take a look at a few other things. So the IWM kind of choppy today, gapped up, I believe. I think it gapped up, yep, and then it ended up selling off into the close, filled the gap. Are we going to get more upside again? Looks like it's finishing up in a C leg as well, right? No divergence. 4-hour time frame, same thing. 45-minute, you erase divergence. Did you erase divergence? No, you didn't erase divergence, but this is a smaller time frame, so you can actually make 5 waves inside the C leg here. So it should finish up here. This should be done now. This whole move should be done. And it invalidated my short setup, but that's just the way it is sometimes. And it flushes everyone out, including me, stops me out. And you could chance a short here if you want, but just have your stop obviously above this high. That's your invalidation point. IWM pumps it a little bit more, and you're done. You're done. Don't hold any more shorts after that. But yeah, semis are weak, and SMCI, another one that we're talking about. I said if SMCI does not make another leg up here, it could still make a B wave high. B wave bottom here, and to bounce up in a C leg. If it doesn't do that, and you just end up breaking down here from a very shallow B wave, then you're going all the way back down, guys. You're going all the way back down to 90 to $100, and it seems unthinkable. It seems unthinkable. It was so funny, like during this pump here. People were saying we're going to 2,000 now. Trust me, you're never gonna see these prices again. And like shit, like everything comes down 3 months, 6 months later, and the bubble's out, and everyone's panicking now. There's no dip buyers, it's only sellers. People were buying this and saying like it's going to 3,000. Right now, this X wave is playing out, and this Y wave is playing out. So we should see one more leg down here into this buy area, or as low as 95. So that's just my opinion. Obviously, if you get mad, it's unfortunate, because you're gonna get caught buying a falling knife. That's just my opinion. And NVDA also in the sell area. NVIDIA in the sell area, it's trying to sell off. It's getting bought up though, dip buyer. So I'm not chancing a trade on NVIDIA because there's just too many people buying calls. There's just too much, I would say, attention on this stock, and I don't really like that. When I trade something sometimes, and it's just I don't really know where this is gonna go. It's kind of a wild card for me. So I'd rather just sidelines and sit on my hands. Let's take a look at a few other things here. I'll talk about TLT. I'm doing a little bit of a different analysis tonight. TLT is in this 1-2-1-2 setup. Should go higher here. It's been going higher for a while. Peaked in this wave 3, pull back into 4, and again, it should impulse out at any moment. You should get another waterfall sell-off. The DXY continues to go lower. The USD JPY trade, that one continues to go lower as well. I see a lot of people commenting about the carry trade, and some people have been tracking this chart for a very long time. Again, it's still in my buy area, but it's just so weak. I would probably expect it to break and eventually take out this pivot and get another waterfall sell-off, which would continue, again, add pressure. It would add pressure on equities, and you'd probably see another sell-off coming. Let's take a look at the Nikkei. I think the Nikkei almost hit the sell area. It's just underneath it. It should correct back up into it with no divergence and then come back down. But again, we may not get it if we're just so bearish right now. Oil. So oil, people are trying to short it already down here and short it here. And I said, probably don't short it just yet. Probably wait for it to go up higher. Now you've got good extension on the 4-hour, no divergence. So now you could start to short it, right? Now you want to short it, that be my guest. This is the opportunity to short. Let's take a look at the USO. Let's take a look at oil. Is smart money selling into this rally? Yeah, a little bit. 45, 35, 40 minute. There you go. So they are selling into this rally here. So maybe expect one more pop up, smaller time frame high, and then roll over again. But yeah, oil could be because of recession talks and all this stuff, bad job data, and that would definitely push down oil. And if you break this upsloping trend line, you're probably going to get a waterfall sell-off. Okay, let me cover Mara. We'll take a look at Mara. We haven't checked Mara in a while. Crypto had a big pump. Let's see what it did. We haven't checked. There we go. So the C leg is playing out. The C leg's playing out. Could finish at any moment. You got no divergence. The B leg could be in for all we know. And now you're headed back down, baby. This is the target all the way down here. $4 to $7 is your target area. And it's a very unfortunate, but that's just the way the chart is. I don't want to say that it's going to go down that low, but it's kind of looking like it right now. Right? Oh man. Okay, we could raise it a little bit actually because the target area has moved. So there you go. So that's that should be it. It should hold this level. Should not go lower than this. Let's take a look at a few other things. Let me check very quickly. No, I'll do a separate video for the members inside the Discord. Let me see here. Take a look. I think I checked oil, DXY, TLT. That's pretty much it, really. And I kept telling people this market is very tough to trade right now. There's not many setups to be had, and if there is, it's still very risky in equities, right? It's still very risky for the indices. And I've been kind of sidelines right now, and people are kind of getting bored. But that's just the way the market is. Like, you just don't force trades when there's no trades to be had for like a swing. So that's it. That's it, guys. You just gotta be patient. Wait for the trades to come to you. And yeah, I think this you have a dip buy opportunity in the Nasdaq in the ABC correction, but I think this should be a bigger corrective move. I would like it to be a bigger corrective move given how much it's rallied off the lows. If it's set to go higher. If not, then this is going to end up being a 3-wave move up. You can make 3 waves and 5 waves up, but really I can make 5 waves on the smaller time frame, so that's why I'm labeling it as a 1. And then you can ultimately correct all the way back down to here. So let's see if these levels hold. This downsloping trend line should hold as a support, and even this area should hold as support here that I labeled for dip buy area. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. You got some stocks indicating that we should reverse. You got the indices that are kind of lofty here, and you actually had the Dow Jones make a new all-time high today. So that was quite interesting. The Dow Jones, did it make a new all-time high? Yes, it did. It did make a new all-time high. So you got the Dow Jones making a new all-time high. What does that tell you, right? Did we just finish up in a 5th wave, and now it's going to correct all the way back down? I don't know. Take your pick. Have a wonderful night, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.